بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا الشمس كورت وإذا النجوم انكدرت وإذا الجبال سيرت وإذا العشار عطلت وإذا الوحوش حشرت وإذا البحار سجرت وإذا النفوس زوجت وإذا الموءودة سئلت بأي ذنب قتلت وإذا الصحف نشرت وإذا السماء كشطت وإذا الجحيم سعرت وإذا الجنة أزلفت علمت نفس ما أحضرت فلا أقسم بالخنس الجوار الكنس والليل إذا عسعس والصبح إذا تنفس إنه لقول رسول كريم ذي قوة عند ذي العرش مكين مطاع ثم أمين وما صاحبكم بمجنون ولقد رآه بالأفق المبين وما هو على الغيب بضنين وما هو بقول شيطان رجيم فأين تذهبون إن هو إلا ذكر للعالمين لمن شاء منكم أن يستقيم وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله رب العالمين.
Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's happening? Happy Friday to you. Let me know if you can hear me though. Let me know if you can hear me though. Reflecto, what's good? Let's Think Podcast. Where you been, man? I know you've been working. What's happening? Mark Soulman, what's good? Let me know if y'all can hear me crystal clear before we get this party started. All right, make sure that we got good communication. And Mike's good. Thank you. Appreciate you. Know you're my sound check guy. Appreciate you. Man, gonna have a good conversation today. Really quick, doing some construction, so I want to get in and get out of here before my guy downstairs start drilling holes and stuff. All right. First off, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, sallallahu ala Khadijah, sallallahu ala Fatima, sallallahu ala Ali, sallallahu ala the Al-Bayt. All right. All right. So today's conversation is dealing with two principles in quantum physics that are very similar: the observation effect, also wave function collapse, and the Qur'an explains both of them. And then we'll shift somewhat into a part two to piggyback off a video I uploaded yesterday. Why did God create us? On this particular one, we was talking about Allah created us to worship him and what worship means. So we're going to elaborate a little bit further on that. So we kind of want to do a two-part series today. You with me? All right. Do me a favor, click that like button, please. That way we can get everything up and going. All right. All right. So let's get this party started here. All right. Boom. So we have the observer effect on one side and wave function collapse on the other side. Okay. Let's read, and then we'll watch a quick little video that will talk about both YouTube shorts on both of them. All right. Okay. So on the observer effect, it says the observer effect is the change that can occur in a physical system because the act of measuring it requires an interaction with the system. Okay, so something can change due to a measurement, which is the interaction. Wave function collapse says the wave function collapse is the transition in interpretations that uses collapse from a quantum state containing multiple possible outcomes to the definite outcome, meaning one, obtained when the measurement occurs. So in the wave function collapse, they're saying, hey, listen, the thing that you're looking for is called superposition, is everywhere. But the moment that you come and make a measurement, is going to appear in one definitive state. The observer effect says, hey, our measurement is the interaction and it's going to mess with the thing. Okay. All right. Very similar. Okay. All right. Let's watch a quick video. Let me do this. Come here and let's watch a quick little video of wave function collapse. Let's do wave function collapse first.
Traditional quantum mechanics, particles like electrons or photons are described by a wave function, a mathematical entity that encapsulates all possible states a system can be in. It doesn't just say where the particle is, but where it might be, with probabilities attached. Before measurement, the system exists in a superposition, a ghost-like blend of all outcomes. It's not in one state or another, it's in all of them simultaneously. But when we measure it, we're told the wave function collapses into one definite result. This idea was solidified by the Copenhagen interpretation, spearheaded by Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg. It suggests quantum systems don't have definite properties until we observe them. That measurement literally defines reality. Suddenly, the act of looking becomes sacred, but this raises strange implications. Are we to believe that an electron doesn't have a position until someone checks? That the moon doesn't exist unless it's being watched? Quantum theory may be powerful, but these interpretations take us into philosophical, even mystical territory. In traditional quantum...
Okay. And we'll come over here to the observer effect.
Laser emits beams of light particles called photons at a screen with two slits. You'd expect to see two strips to correspond with the two slits. Instead, we see a pattern of light and dark bands. This suggests that light behaves like waves that pass through both slits simultaneously, interfering with each other to create the pattern on the second screen. However, when scientists used a measuring device to observe the slit that each photon passed through, the interference pattern disappeared and two strips appeared. The act of observing which slit it went through changed the behavior of the photons. No one knows why observing a particle causes its behavior to change. When a laser emits...
Okay, I got it. All right. So now Neil deGrasse Tyson, Uncle Neil, he will say that it is not observation that is doing this. It's the fact that what's the word used in the observer effect? It is the fact that you interacted with it by shining light on it. And when you shine light on it, it makes it jump out of position. So it's not measurement. It's not consciousness. It's not consciousness. It's not observation. It's interaction that is creating this change. Okay. Now, from what I've seen, this last one on the observer effect, if the camera is just simply recording and is not shining light on the thing, there's no interaction. At that particular point, it's just observation. So as they said, the observation of it goes ahead, and the observation is making the subatomic particle, if we want to call it that, is creating a change just based off its observation. And the moment that you move the camera, it starts to behave differently. Put the camera back, it behaves differently, as if it knows it is being watched. This is documented. One of the greater videos on this is, what is that? Dr. Quantum, I believe it's called. All right. More of a cartoon explanation, but it's a really great explanation behind this. Okay. All right. I should have put here, but I didn't. I believe we know this to be the truth because there's something that is known as the Eye of Fatima, or the Hamza, known as the evil eye. Who is that? Nicki Minaj looking ASS, looking at Negroes, right? You know, when somebody look at you a certain way, you can feel that, right? And you don't like it. Like, wait, man, what are you looking at? You know what I'm saying? As if it touches you, and it does, right? So looking is an energy. It's disrespectful to look too long a certain way. There's a violation of an energy field that's taking place based upon looks. So looks can have an effect, and the spiritualists always knew this. And then we created things like amulets, the evil eye, the hand with the eye in it, right, to repel the negative looker from the evil eye, right? To repel that person. All right. Okay. Also known as the eye of Horus and the eye of Wajet in Egypt. All right. Should have put them slides here. All right. Now let's read in the Quran. Indeed, everything we created by a measure. Really? Indeed, everything we created by a measure. Look at the definition for measure. It means to predetermine, to foreordain, or predestine. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. If we go back here, let me blow it up. Go to the right-hand side wave function. What do it say? The possible outcomes are shrank to a definite outcome obtained when a measurement occurs. It goes from many to a definite to one. What do the left-hand side observer effect say? Hey, the observer effect is the change that occurs in the physical system by the act of what? Measuring it. The Qur'an says what? Indeed, everything we create by a measure. Measure turns out to be destiny. Hence the word qadr. Yes, we see QDR is known as the night of power. Laylat Qadar, the night of power. Remember, I did this a year ago and showed you it's not the night of power. It can be, but it's also the night of measurement. So the word means power. It means destiny, which means there's a location to this thing. There's a final outcome to this thing. It is a pre or foreordaining to this thing when you measure something. Hence, it's good for you. I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you something today. You know how in Islam you have a lunar calendar and you say it's the beginning of the Islamic New Year, Muharram, right? Okay, cool. Rosh Hashanah, the beginning of the Jewish New Year, cool. I give you something. And notice the Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year is when the new moon is in Aquarius. Then that's Chinese New Year. So they're saying when the sun and moon come together, this is a new moon, we want to start our cycle here. I keep telling you, in a 360-degree circle, you can start anywhere you want to. It's your prerogative. Okay? Now, when the sun and moon comes together in the region of space when you were born, this is highly 100% personal to you, predicated upon your birth. You have to know the time of the birth to get what I'm saying now. The sun and moon, which represents the new moon, which really represents the conscious mind, sun, and subconscious mind, moon, represents the masculine, sun, the feminine, moon, right hemisphere, left hemisphere. Yes. It represents this beautiful merger of so much so, cultures say, man, I'm gonna start my calendar right here. I'm gonna start my calendar right here. No, I'm gonna start mine right here when this phenomenon occurs. Alhamdulillah. Everyone has a personal lunar financial year when it's the new beginning, when that new moon lines up in a certain position. Let me make it plain to you. It's called your second house. When you understand this, when you understand the astro science, and your second house, that is the beginning of your lunar financial new year. And it will be incumbent upon you to make a 6-month goal, because in 6 months is going to be a full moon. Yes, that will be illuminating where that new moon was. You understand that? Okay. So it's good to make a 1-year goal with a 6-month goal, which is the halfway mark. Okay. Especially a 6-month goal. So the full moon represent full light. See, a new moon, you can't see the moon because the light of the sun is too bright. That's the seed. 6 months, you're going to have a full moon in that same spot. You see where that seed was planted. So a 6-month goal is really, really, really imperative within the year. Okay. All right, let's move on. So then why did Allah create us? So real fast, we see again, can we see that? Let me go back. I thought I had that in there. Oh, it'll come up. I know where it is. Sorry about that. So why did Allah create us? We were created to worship and serve him. Now look at this verse, 51:26. And I did not create the jinn and mankind except that they should worship me. Now, this sounds very egotistical. And I'm like, you don't have anything better to do than man to worship you, right? It's not talking about that kind of worship, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. That word worship, abd, also means a slave. And you would see this all throughout the Quran. Now, Black folks, as we should be in America, that's a very touchy word. That's a trauma word, slave. Now we free, and now we start reading scripture and talking about be a slave to Allah. To see you, we can't just really associate that historical trauma, which some of us, if not a lot of us, may have ancestors that been through that, and that trauma may have carried on subconsciously through the DNA as well, right? All right. But what is this worship and slave stuff about Allah all about? Let me break this down for you and give you a different insight on it, okay? It means servant, it means worship, but ladies and gentlemen, here it is right here. It means a lady love and adore. You see at the top where it says worship, so you know we're dealing with the same word. You see where it says deity, Godhead. So we're dealing with the same word. Lady loved, adored. Is this the same Quran that be like, and with Allah is the mother of the book? I ain't gonna never let this go. I ain't never coming off the gas on this one. And with Allah is the mother of the book. But the word worship means lady, love, and adore. And I said, oh, I know what you're really talking about. This is about admiring, coming to a state of adoration for Allah like you would a woman. Now, why would you say like a woman? As if women don't admire or adore men. Sure, they do. But adoration has usually been seen as an expression that comes from the masculine to the feminine. And I know through my observation, women will be like to another woman, oh, girl, where you get that from? Girl, you wearing that? You look, girl, I just had to tell you, excuse me, I just had to tell you, your dress look nice. I've seen women do this, right? I don't really see men that come up, hey, bro, man, I just want to tell you, man, you smell good, bro. What is that? Hey, bro, man, where you get that fit from, bro? Bro, you look good today, bro. I see you in the gym, you looking good. It's kind of harder for us in a sense. So, you know what the Rasulullah, the messenger of Allah, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, you know what he said? He said, In this world, women and perfume have been made dear to me, and my comfort has been provided in prayer. Now, this is a whole hadith that talks about the book of kind treatment to women, and with Allah is the mother of the book. And the chapter is called The Love of Women. Hello. So if the Rasulullah, the messenger of Allah, comes and there's a whole section on the love of women, but I show you a word, slave, literally means lady, love, and adore, I can't be too far off here, right? It really sounds like a bullseye, right? This is the same Quran that says, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Rahman Rahim means uterus. Remember, pay attention to the succession of the conversation from the last couple weeks. I showed you that the first revelation to the Rasulullah was what? Recite in the name of your Lord who created you from a clinging substance, talking about an embryo. So we back into the womb of a woman. Then I showed you ikhlas, which means sincerity. Sincerity translates to, how says Siri? Sincerity translates to placenta. I showed you this. To a placenta. The thing that the embryo attaches to the wall. Okay. So it's clear that the science is embryogenesis and going within, but it's also very clear too that, hey, the thing that you're going within and the thing you have to understand is you have to understand the aspect of Shekinah in Hebrew, the divine manifestation of Allah, known as the feminine aspect of God. I know Muslims, astaghfirullah, shirk. You don't want to hear this. I know. But you're going to have to answer, why is Allah with the mother of the book? Why use that as a code? Why is Rahman Rahim? Why does that mean uterus? Why is the first revelation a clinging clot inside the womb of a woman? Why is the root word for ikhlas is placenta? Why is the word sir, which means secret, that is used in Quran, mean umbilical cord? Talk to me. We're supposed to understand the inner essence of the feminine. Here's a hadith right here that talks about the love of women. See, when you understand the science of woman, you really start to understand the science of God. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. But I tell you what your predecessors know, who your big homies know. Your big homie is the Hebrew. Okay? The Hebrew Judaic line is the big homie to the Arabic. I'm just talking about in language, okay? And customs, as far as Judaism and Islam. Today, Friday, known as Juma, known as the Sabbath or the Shabbat, you know who lights the candles 18 minutes before the sun go down? The woman. Only she's allowed to light the candles, then she recites a prayer known as the Shema. Oh, hero Israel. She relights that because she lights the candle, and she's the one that said, wait a minute, I am the physical manifestation, the birth giver of Allah's creation and the carrier. Don't mean man is irrelevant. Stop being selfish. Man, you the seed, bro. You bam, you put that seed in there and fall back. Bam, seed it up again, fall back, multiply. Right? Stop being selfish. I keep telling you that the whole key is this. The Judaic aspect was masculine far as the lineage goes. And now when you get to Islam, it turns and balances it out with the feminine. I keep showing y'all this. Again, with Allah as the mother of the book. Okay? All right, let's move on. So what is this all about? Rather, adore is not worship. It's adore. Get worship out of your mind. Get rid of that word. Replace worship with adore. Rather, adore Allah and be among the grateful. Whoa. 3966. Whoa. So when you learn how to get into a place of adoration, that puts us among a group of people that are grateful. Shakur, Tupac Shakur. Grateful, thankful, Shakur. Okay? So the gratitude puts us in a state to be amongst people who are grateful. That's interesting. Let's see something about that. The key to it is this. This is what we really have to come to understand. Because the Quran talks about these plush green sofas in the garden, reclining on green sofas and rich, beautiful cushions. Talks about this beautiful place, this garden, right? And I can't say this. I can bear witness. I'm not only saying it because of this, but I can really bear witness to it because of this. The garden is when you understand God is so abundant that all expenses are paid for. Can you please just go for the ride and shut up? Stop itching, stop complaining, and be in a state of gratitude because I got everything for you in abundance. Let's just deal with the most intimate thing I would think will be food in a sense, right? One tree produce, let's just say 100 fruits. One fruit produce one tree that produce another 100 fruits. That's just another 100 trees off of one fruit. I got 99 more trees as far as fruits to go to get more 100 fruits. So the magnitude is crazy. If you understand how to clone a plant, right? If you into that, you know how to clone a plant, or what we call propagate a plant, and split it, stick it in water, then roots grow, and then you got a whole nother plant. Man, it's crazy. Strawberries got runners, these little runners that grow. You pin that runner to the ground and let it take root, and it feed its energy from the mother plant. And once it take root, you can snip that umbilical cord basically to the mother plant, and then you got a whole new plant off of one plant, right? It becomes so abundant that you almost can't keep up. I'm overwhelmed almost. I'm overwhelmed out here in this garden. Like, oh, what was I thinking? My first time doing this, I got corn, I got strawberry, I got cabbage, I got mints, I got sweet potatoes, I got watermelon, I got basil. Man, I done went crazy, right? Typical me. But anyway, it's so abundant. So then when you start thinking about things like air and warmth, rainwater that I collect in the barrel and try to feed my plants with, right? You start thinking about like, dang, all of this provision, all of this multitude. Oh my God, man, I need to bow down. I need to be thankful. That's what it's about. All right. So then the Quran says, if you are grateful, surely I will increase you. Oh, so you want to talk and see all this, what we would call new age, man, that ain't new. That's not new. When you get into The Secret and The Magic by Rhonda Byrne and 28 Days of Gratitude, that stuff is not new age. These are old principles. This is old. The Quran said, duh, if you have gratitude, I am going to increase you. Easy. You understand? All right, show you another one. So remember me, and I will remember you. And be grateful to me, and do not be ungrateful. So this remembrance, and I'm going to show you in a minute, this remembrance don't have nothing to do with, I, God, need you to remember me. I want you to worship me. Man, that is such, see, I got a dear friend. Who is 7-day Adventist. And she don't like religion no more. Because she just felt like they didn't teach the truth of the matter. Right? So to be able to read something like, I made you to worship me and you a slave. I made you to be a slave to me. Man, that will almost have you thinking that religions are man-made concepts and have no divinity to them. It's just for the sake of the church, for the sake of the masjid, things of that nature, right? It has nothing to do with that. I'm going to clarify it because this right here, I wasn't going to even share this, but you need to see it. Oh, it's coming. So let's talk about the quantum field for a second, okay? Talk about the quantum field for a second. The quantum field says it's everywhere. It is the underlying reality. It's just everywhere, okay? And what happens is it's waiting for particles in the field to become excited so manifestation can happen. But the Quran says Allah is encompassing all things. And encompassing literally means encircling, because when a compass is something that you draw circles with, it literally means encircling. I don't even like the word encompassing. I like encircling. And I find it interesting because all of reality, the galaxy, the solar system, the atoms are all moving in a circular path. This notion that the path is a straight path, I don't think that's true. All of reality is moving in a circular path. Circles upon circles. Okay? Anyway, I just got to find, I'm going to find it too in the Quran. I'm going to find it. So the quantum field says the field exists everywhere. It's the whole entire universe. But the Quran says, yeah, I encompass everything. So Allah in the scientific term is the field. We want to use science. Allah is the field. Okay? The all-encompassing one, the all-encircling one. Now, this is my rendition of, you want to see what God look like? This is the closest we're going to get. This is, now I will tell you this coming out of my opinion. This is my mind. The reason I say that is the invisible intelligence, even if you could see it, well, this is the closest rendition of it. A stream, the white light, the stream of consciousness that exists in the unseen, right here. This is the field. Science says the universe is expanding. I always got to say it's infinite. So of course it's expanding, because infinity, anything less than infinity is a fixed point. And the universe can't be a fixed point, because if it's a fixed point, then it sits inside of something. There's a border. There's a border, then that means you sit inside of something. And that can't be a universe. I'm not of the school. Listen, I want to be clear about this. I think anybody who says multiple universes, uni means one. You need to use another word. The universe, because all systems, even if you count a quadrillion system, let's honestly say you counted a quadrillion systems, then all the quadrillion systems within the one is the universe. Then it's only one. La ilaha illallah. It's only one. So ain't no such thing as multiple universes. There's multiple galaxies, but universes, we talking about the ultimate hakika, the ultimate reality of oneness. Lahu ahad, right? Is oneness. So all of that has to exist somewhere within one. Samad, infinity, the eternal. This is it right here. This is the field. This is the field, the invisible stream of consciousness that exists. So when science says the universe is expanding by this thing called dark energy, not that it's black, dark meaning unseen. Unseen, in the sense that the unseen part. This unseen is moving. There's a consciousness in it. That's this right here. This is the best rendition that we're going to be able to get. All right. All right. Now, here's the proof that this ain't talking about no God sitting up on the sky on some dang on cushion that's big enough to hold God's butt. I don't know what that is. But here it is right here. Let's read in Luqman, which is an African, Ethiopian, Nubian guy. Indeed, we gave Luqman wisdom. Be grateful to Allah, and whoever is grateful, dig this, his gratitude is only for the benefit of whom? Himself. And whoever is ungrateful, then surely Allah is self-sufficient and praiseworthy. I don't need you if you're ungrateful. But your gratitude is only for the benefit of who? Yourself. So being grateful to Allah has nothing to do with Allah needs gratitude. No, it has everything to do with you and I need gratitude, because surely the gratitude will expand us. It's going to expand. Life is, the universe is going to expand whether we participate or not. The question is, what are you going to observe and show gratitude for to be a part of the universal motion of expansion? That's the question. So this ain't got nothing to do with showing gratitude in worshiping an external being. The benefit is for self, which Allah said he did what? Put what inside a man? His what? His spirit. So it ain't out there. It's in here. But guess what? The universal field is out there and it's everything. So now that contradiction you have to understand as oneness. Oneness. It is out there. But I'm out there. You're out there. I keep saying it. We live on the earth. Why do we think we're not out there and we on the earth? We're part of one of the systems or planet that is out there. We're out there. We're in space. We're out there too. The illusion can make it look like everything else is out there and not right here. That's not the way to see it. It's not the way to see it. Inshallah, in upcoming khutbahs, I can remember, I can show you how the observation is being made in certain scriptures when they start to talk about certain astronomical key points. I can tell based off how it's set up, the way that you observing it. See, in other words, if I tell you that the sun rose in the morning and it rose to your left, I know the sun don't rise in the morning to the left. When it rises, it keep on going to the right. So if I said it rose to the left, you know what that means? That's inverted. That's inverted. That means I'm behind the sun looking at it, and I said it rose to the left. It's going to the left. No, it's not. Well, if I'm on Earth looking at the sun, that's my right. So you got to know the vantage point in which the observation is being made from. If you ever get into this astro science, the astro wheel is inverted. The top is the south, the bottom is the north, the left is the east. But when you look at a standard map, the top is the north, not the south. The left is the west on the map, not the east. The only way for that truth to line up as a truth, meaning, I kind of want you to do an exercise. I want you to write on around north, south, east, west. Get on your coordinates. And I want you to stand on top of the N. Stand on top of the N. Stand on top of the N. When you're standing on top of the N, you get to see over here, that's east, that's west, and they go south straight across. I want you to stand on top of the N looking at all other three stations. So the way that this viewpoint of reality in this particular science is actually being filtered is if you're standing on the North Pole, standing on the Earth. So if you're standing on the Earth and you know that the sun rises over here to the left, yes, astronomically speaking, to the left, yes, then you know that that's the observation that's being made from that particular viewpoint. It's being made from the high point. Gotta tell you that. Inshallah, I can be able to show you this. All right. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. So here's a surah said, indeed, I am your Lord. So remove your sandals. You are in the sacred valley of Tua. Now, they're going to tell us that Tua, there's one in Egypt, there's one in, outside of Mecca. And this is the valley between Mount Sinai where Moses receives his revelation. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go inside of what Tua mean. Because remember, you got to take your shoes off. So that's telling you you're really not on physicality. You're on holy grounds, right? Here's a definition for Tua right here. One is to keep a secret, to hide something. Let's be clear about that. The second thing is, ladies and gentlemen, it represents consciousness, intention, design, true mind, your innermost thoughts. You will see this word used in we folded the heavens. Every other time that this word is used in Qur'an, it talks about folding. We folded the heavens. We folded the heavens. We're going to fold the heavens and in our right hand. We folded the heavens, but it's talking about our consciousness, the true mind. So now the question becomes, can our conscious intention and design, that's what's on the screen, can Tua fold the heavens? What do you mean fold the heaven? When you fold the heavens, you create a wormhole, right? A shortcut in a sense. But we don't even have a heavenly knowledge. We don't know how to circumscribe a circle of time. Where you at in space-time right now? Right now. Right? Like we kind of lost. And the Quran says this. I swear to God, in Surah 103, the Quran opens up and says, by time, surely mankind is in loss, except in those who do certain things. Okay? All right. So Tua represents the conscious mind. Take your shoes off. This ain't got nothing to do with physicality. You're here. You're not down here. You're here. And this is what is perceiving this consciousness. Okay? Now, I'm going to do a piece on this and this are really the same thing. We're under the illusion that this is different than this. In other words, you only going to express what's on your heart anyway. That's the reflection of what's in your heart. You want to be nasty, then be nasty because you having a nasty heart today. You want to be nice, right? But we're going to understand that this right here is sending the signal via the vagus nerve to this right here. You can get these two to war because you can go inside of anything and split it, but this is really one. Okay? I'm going to show that. All right? So I'm going to wrap up and show you two things. We're doing Operation Braveheart right now. Got to know where you at in the celestial canopy of space. 30 days of love and appreciation. You should jump into this. You don't have to be in the Patreon. I'll tell you what to do. Some of it. Just show appreciation, man. Yeah, Jesus Christ, the Quran just showed you. Just really come to a place of being appreciative. That's it. That's it. I keep saying God's name is Jalil. Only mentioned twice in the Quran. That name is only mentioned 2 times in the Quran. And Jalil means your majesty. Why do I say that? Because if you realize that, listen, man, again, the best example. When the clot comes into existence, the sperm fertilizes the egg. Somehow you and I, as a single cell, within 24 hours, we read all of the DNA that's inside of us. And then we multiplied ourselves and became a 2-cell being, and then multiply that to 4. And then we keep doubling up. We keep squaring ourselves. Woo! How about that standing on the square? We keep squaring ourselves. 1 times 1. Then somehow we split, became 2. Then it was 2 times 2. Then we became 4. Then we became 16. We keep on doubling up, keep squaring ourselves. We end up somehow building our own placenta. We built our own umbilical cord that got what? 2 arteries and 1 vein. We did this. The outer layer of the bladocyst, the clump of cells that we are, called the troposphere. Oh, look at me. I'm learning something. Okay. This right here, this outer layer of the bladocyst says, oh, we need to create a placenta and attach it to mommy's uterine wall. Let's do that. Bam. Let's do it. Oh, snap. Okay. We're going to need 2 arteries because the arteries take the carbonated blood away from us. And we're going to need 1 vein, and that's going to bring fresh oxygen to us. Yeah, we already know how to do that. Wallahi, this. I showed this. We come into existence with the intelligence already programmed, and we ain't never even been here. Mom don't create placenta. Dad don't create placenta. They don't create umbilical cord. We do this. Man, yeah, you can't be grateful for that. And we can get into the body. Oh my God, eyelashes stop dirt from getting in, all kind of stuff, right? All kind of things, right? That we don't even think about. Millions, if not billions, of biological processes that take place, right? So that's something to be in awe of. Your Majesty, this ain't got nothing to do with worship me and bow down, sucker, you little heathen man and heathen woman. Ain't got nothing to do with that. It says, admire Allah the way that you would admire a woman. Soft, gentle, beautiful, Latif. And this is why among the Sufis, Latif, the gentle one, Latif, like Queen Latifah, Latif is a special attribute, also known as stages as well, within the human development on the spiritual path. Okay. So I'm all about time. I'm big on time. Time is everything. Because the Quran says by time you are lost. Lost means damaged. You can be damaged by it. But you can also benefit from it when you know it. I'm pointing here because I keep pointing to the garden, right? You can benefit from it when you know it. Oh, it's time to plant this corn. You waited a little too late, but hopefully, inshallah, you'll get something. You should have did it in March and not May. What's wrong with you? Boom. But they're coming, right? You can benefit from it. So what else can we benefit from within time? We're in a zone now. You call it Leo season. Well, what is that? I showed last week, hey, go to the Farmer's Almanac. Pull it up. You're going to see Zodiac Man. You're going to see Aries on the head. You're going to see Taurus on the throat, endocrine system. Aries is the muscular system. You're going to see Gemini, lungs, respiratory system. Cancer, water, lymphatic system. Leo, heart. Oh, cardiovascular system. Virgo, digestive system, the intestines. Libra, kidneys, filtration system, urinary system. Scorpio, dual system, excretion system, also known as sexual, or the other one, sexual reproductive system. And keep on going. So now when you're in the season of the brave heart, the adoration, the love, the gold, do you know that in the spiritual schools, planets have a metal that they rule? The sun is gold, the moon is what? Silver, Saturn is lead, iron is Mars, tin, Tin, that's Jupiter, things of that nature. Okay? Venus, copper. Yes? Okay. So this is the gold right here. This is the middle of summer. where the sun appears to be at its strongest because it's the middle of the summer. And we say, oh, yes. This right here. This is your sector of space right here. But it corresponds with this part of the body. Yes? All right. So then the focal point becomes really easy because all this is, all the science of these 12 disciples, and that's a real easy one. Go to Genesis 49, and I showed you Genesis 49, they talking about the zodiac signs. Say what you want to say. We can go to Surah 85 in Qur'an, and it opens up by the zodiacal signs. That's what it says in some translation. By the zodiacal signs, Surah 85. And Joseph got attacked by archers. Man, stop playing. You're talking about Sagittarius. And the 11 stars bowed down to him. What did I show y'all? Why did the 11 stars bow down to Joseph, who's described as the archer Sagittarius? Why? Because there's something in Sagittarius, two things, but one thing is called the Great Attractor. Look it up. The Great Attractor is pulling all of these galaxies towards this direction. That's approximately 5 degrees Sagittarius, November 27th, to be precise. How about that? So, of course, the signs bowed down to him because all of the signs and all of the galaxies, Andromeda, Miser 87, all of them, Sirius, everybody is going towards a certain path. We're going somewhere. See, I teach the heavenly path. That's my thing. I teach the heavenly path. Nobody else is doing it. I'm not saying that to be egotistical about. I'm just saying, well, there's a void here. Hold on. So what you do? Listen, man, when I picked up this path, you know who died? As a strange coincidence, the elder C. Freeman L. And when he checked up out of here, as soon as I picked up this book, I said, oh, buddy, this is for you. Rest in peace, C. Freeman L. May Allah be pleased with your station because you came and brought metaphysics. Okay? I ain't got to lie about that. All right? All right. So Operation Braveheart, be thankful for all the way up until August 21st will be the last day. Jump into Patreon if you want to get the full instructions on that. Also, starting this Saturday, the first Saturday of every month, it's Patreon Day, Success Brunch at 11 o'clock. Brunch up real quick. I got my man B. Smitty, who is a monster when it comes to creating AI applications to help make your life easier. Man, this dude created something for me, and it's a notebook thingy that Google got, but he had labeled it like a brain. And then I found myself saying, man, where did I say that? Let me go look at my brain. And I said, stop. You're going to have to call this something else. This cannot be your brain. So I have to call it somewhere else, something else, right? So I'm able to go in this and say, where did I mention the word celestial orbit at? And then it go through all my lectures and say, you mentioned it right here. And then you talked about this and the word is this. Boom, boom. I said, oh man, I got me an assistant that is like on point. I just got to go ask the question, right? So that's one of the big things. But even going off to like building apps on websites, anything to AI that's AI, friendly, or AI that you use AI on, that's your guy right here. Then we got Sharita Get the Money Bag Bagby. Everybody in physical business, I'm dead serious about this. If you're in a business, got your own business, you absolutely need a Virgo on your team, a true Virgo. I'm talking about fine details, read the terms and conditions. Like I never read terms and conditions. You know why? Because if I don't check the box, you ain't gonna give me the service. So if something come up, we just gonna have to litigate about it and fight about it, right? Because I didn't read it. So, but I'm gonna click it because I'm not about to read all this. I'm just not. I got ADD super bad. I'm not about to do it. Not Sharita. Sharita is what I call the terms and conditions. Every time I talk to Sharita, me and her got a rule. We got to understand it. Give me the bottom line sentence. That's all I want to know. How much? Right? Just give me the bottom line. Don't tell me why, because I know you know why. I just want this. That's all I need. But that's my personality, right? There's a color psychology in business. I'm more of a red in a sense. Give me I reverse engineer because I'm dyslexic. So give me the bottom line and then let me work to the details, right? I can't wait for all these details because I'm itching to know the bottom line, right? Just give me the bottom line and then I'll work backwards to the details, right? So that's me. I'm a little backwards, okay? But Sharita is that person that you need that's going to pay attention to the fine detail that you may miss in your business, okay? And then you got the extraordinary one, myself. I'm just gonna come from. I'm pretty good with. Listen, wallahi, seriously, I'm not. I've helped 4 individuals, and I'm including myself in one, reach 6 figures before. 1, 2, 3, 4. And really, when I had partners, I had 2 partners. And really, if I want to be technical, I can say 6. Okay. 6 people reach 6 figures. And I ain't doing nothing spiritual. I'm just talking about business ideas and thinking outside of the box. If I really was to challenge myself and go into the corporate world, I would challenge myself to go to private equity, preferably Blackstone, and go work on Wall Street in the private equity, buying hotels and properties and things of that nature. And also, little low key, got a little thing for mergers and acquisitions, low key, right? That's me. But my goal is to provide you some different insight and then use the spiritual tools that I know, especially when it comes to divine timing. I can show you a testimonial that got over $300,000 that was made gross on the growth side that came during a financial cycle based off me telling them that's the financial cycle right here. And then it fell in that cycle. I can show you this. Okay. So every first Saturday, 11 a.m., we call it Patreon Day. It's just a quick success brunch. I may come in here and make me something. Just come on, let's talk about it, right? First come, first serve and whatnot. Inshallah, it grows, it gets kind of maxed out. But our goal is to give you some information that can help you, okay? So that's every first Saturday, 11 a.m. Have to be in the Patreon. I'm about to redo the whole Patreon in a sense, but just give me a minute. But I'm working on it. I'm about to revamp it. And this is one of the first things that we're doing. It is the first thing that we're doing is this right here. Okay. So you can get to the Patreon right there on the screen. All right. Okay. Now that really concludes today's cookbook. Do you have a question, a comment real quick? I will share a link, but then I'm about to go check on my guy, Christian, downstairs working on finishing the office space and whatnot. We didn't build the office. We didn't tore the carpet out that part and put the same floor that we got right here. Put that down there. TV mounted. We about ready to rock and roll. I just got to get some cool pictures that explains the energetic field of these internal 7 heavens of the body. And let's talk about how to increase our gratitude, our concentration, and our energetic field. And I ain't talking about philosophy. I'm talking about I've been invested in the technology many moons ago, 2011. I've had the technology, to be able to show you how to do this, how to bring your energy up, right? And that's my goal. All right. So show you how to do that. And then start concentrating and doing gratitude from when you know how to, when you're coming from an optimal state. But it's just not about attracting things and manifesting things. If you notice, I don't really talk a lot about manifesting. To me, it's easy to get selfish on that. I'm more in just, admiration and appreciation and deepening our understanding and our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we say. Deepening our connection. That's my pride right there that I feel good on. It's like, man, hey, this in the Quran. Like I was having this conversation. They say, hey, I know that word. That word means slave. I said, yeah. But it also means lady love adored. Did you know this? Right, I'll show you this. I swear to God. Do I got it open still? Watch this. I'm about to show you this, right? Blew my mind. If you got a question, go ahead and click that link. I'm gonna show you something real quick, right? So the word for orbit, like planets orbiting in Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark. You know what Noah's Ark is? I swear to God, it's gonna blow your mind. Here it is right here. To have round breasts, ladies and gentlemen. It's talking about celestial spheres, a circuit, a orbit, astrology. Here's Noah's Ark to have two of each kind. To have two of each kind. A girl with round breasts. Astaghfirullah, I can't say that. It's right there though. See, the book is really talking about anatomy and physiology and psychology and geography, psychology. I said psychology, geography, astronomy. The book is a layered book of sciences. A layered book of sciences. This is Noah's Ark, baby. She got it. Two of every kind. What does Solomon say in the Songs of Solomon in the Bible? Your breasts look like twin gazelles grazing on the greens. some fly stuff, right? I'm like, whoa, this dude's spitting bars, right? But anyway, we good? We straight in the questions? We straight? I swear to God, bro. I ain't making this stuff up, man. I'm showing y'all I ain't making this stuff up, man. And I'm like, oh, okay. See, we keep thinking, y'all keep thinking, man, listen, y'all keep thinking these prophets were not lover boys. Shh, I keep telling you, David was bogus. David was a Nigga. That he was one of us for sure. Because what he did was 100% bogus. Gonna have that woman's gonna sleep with a married woman, get her pregnant, then had a husband try to get him drunk so he can go home and think that he did it, and it's his baby, and he wouldn't remember. He ain't fall for the trick, and then David had him killed in this army. That was vicious. That was vicious, man. That man. Judah was buying Pootie Tang on the side of the road from Tamar. I said, Tamar Braxton, you done popped your butt up in the scripture, girl. You somebody I ain't some stuff a lot. I ain't saying you a prostitute. I ain't saying you a prostitute, but what? You know Vince was your sugar daddy. Stop playing. But anyway, no, but seriously, Judah, and that's God's homie. That's the Hebrew Israelites love Judah. Judah, the thought he had him a prostitute and paid for some kitty cat. You just gotta tell the truth. It's in the Bible. Paid for some kitty cat. And she took his seal and she got arrested. Like, what you doing, you whore? You're supposed to be whoring out here on these streets. And she said, well, tell that to the person who this belonged to. And they saw that it belonged to Judah. And then they gave it to Judah and they said, hey, man, we arrested this hoe named Tamar. And she gave us this. And he said, oh, shit, I got her. Let her go because I owe her a favor. I told her I was going to do something. I was going to let her marry my son, and I didn't. And I'm sitting up here thinking this a little bad chick on the side of the road about to get me son, and I didn't pay. Oh man, I found my son, and that's Judah, and the Judah is God's homie. So what we talking about? What we talking about? Should I bring up the whore Rahab, who was spying for the Lord? God hire hoes to spy? What are you talking about? We don't want to talk about that though. We don't want to talk about it. Man, this is the street gospel. We're going to talk about it. But we're going to get some understanding around here what this stuff means. Okay? All right. Janine. What up, Janine? Oh, Janine. Now, you know Dorian asked about you 3 days ago. Any knowledge on the gates of Ishtar in its connection to Iraq? Not per se, but I think it all plays into this theme, though. It plays into the whole bombs over Baghdad thing. And the propaganda of somehow convincing the world that's on the outside that the feminine principle, the Ishtar principle, the Venetian principle is suffering, not happy, old, archaic, out of time, out of reality. And so it is, I can say that. It's a war. I was watching because I seen your comment yesterday, and so I went back and I started watching the Gaddafi video. And I'm like, dang, wow, I forgot I said this. But anyway, I'm watching the Gaddafi video and stuff. There is a war, colonialism. There's a war on dividing us up in theologies. And within that theology, understanding the principles of male and female. That's the war. The biggest weapon is man and woman's togetherness. That's the biggest weapon, because that represents the fusion, which is the unity of the poles. It's the caduceus on the amalams, in a sense. We become Shiva and Shakti from the Hindu perspective. And if you really understand that, we talking some big stuff as far as universal principles go. So man and woman together on the same page. We ain't even just talking about nuclear family and success and starting to set up trust and things of that nature. Let's take it way out there. I'm talking about the consciousness in them knowing that Allah's spirit is in them in this quantum field is easily, when I say easily, is easily affected through our observation and our love for one another. This secret was, to me, was revealed again cryptically when I took Adam, ADM, his number is 45, and Eve in Hebrew, Kava, is 19, and subtracted 19 from the 45, and the result is 26, which is the numerical value of Yah, He, Vau, He, the four-letter name of God known as the Tetragrammaton, the sacred name of God, Yahweh. If you use the J, then Jehovah, right? And I say, so God is the difference between man and woman? Oh, so God exists in between man and woman? What can exist between man and woman? I start acting like I'm looking at this woman. I say, oh, attraction. Electromagnetism. You can feel it. There's an energetic current there. So you know when you like him, you give him a certain look. And when he like you, he give you a certain look. And you can feel this energy. And we got to stop acting like looks don't affect us. Looks affect us. We can feel it, right? Let alone sound affect us. What you say don't hurt. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Man, somebody curse you out, say something, you be feeling all type of way. Stop lying. All right? So you can feel these things. I said, oh, okay. That's what that's talking about. So the whole Iraq thing, the whole Iran thing, especially Iran, that whole thing is a reverberation of, as I went into it before, dealing with the Hussein principle, that has to get rectified. And so the Ishtar gate, that gate is, again, in my opinion, absolutely is to diversion, distraction that stops us from coming to this point of unification. America is greatly behind. America's done. Because over here, men in the manosphere are upset with women. And I understand it, rightfully so. Kevin Samuels died for our men, Punk ASS, for not speaking up and being in suppressing. Hold on, my mic went out. All right. Can y'all hear me? Because my mic went out. I think I'm good. So Kevin Samuels actually died for men's inability to speak up. Okay. So it created a ripple effect where men want to, at the heart of heart, if you really understand the man's argument, he want to be heard and he want to be loved. So don't let that anger fool y'all, ladies. He wants to be heard. He wants to be loved. He wants to be respected. He wants all of that good stuff. That's all it really is. So there's this thing that has to now get met. Y'all compassion is being tested. See, the woman from the beginning of time, your ability to love deeper is really to a degree deeper than the man's, and you're being called to exercise what this love looks like. So you've always been presented with, don't start shooting. You ready? Look at me. Oh, yeah. Y'all always been presented with that, right? That has nothing to do with males. Listen, the white man don't like it. So you know it ain't got nothing to do with men ruling nothing when the white man don't. Man, the moment that you start having more than one wife, the white man is on your behind. He don't like it. So it ain't got nothing to do with the masculine. That's 100% feminine when you understand that. And so the war is against her. The dragon in Revelations is against her. It ain't against him. It's against her. So there's a great work to do that the woman has to undo and tap into the true Ishtar of this right here. And it's not called, it's fad. It's a different level of the heart that has to get tapped into and awakened. Okay. All right. So, but anyway, yeah, these demonic little children are out their minds. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that is, right? And see, again, I said it in the Bombs Over Baghdad joint. We're going to keep having reoccurring themes, people's names, places. These themes are going to keep reoccurring until we correct them. The best that we can do, well, there's a few things we can do. On the most minute scale is in the immediate microcosm of the reality that you control within your doors, is to be that divine reflection of that. And then eventually allow that sphere of influence to do that, to expand out and influence. And then you may have to learn what the beautiful Fatimid dynasty did, how to get low while practicing certain things. So then when you do surface 144 years later, it's too late. We already in control. But all things that rise must fall. It's just a natural ebb of the law of motion. But as Gaddafi said, we aim to create another Fatimid state. Fatimids is not Shia, that's not Iran and Persia. No, it's North Africa. That's what he said. And they aim to do that. Okay? So we got to learn how to do a lot of things. Get low, practice, spread our dawah, you know what I'm saying? And migrate. May have to get ghosts and move and, you know, and build. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. All right. So listen, man, I'm up out of here. We're going to leave with the idol cursey. We're going to destroy all this negative energy. May Allah continue to bless you all, expand you all, and hit me up if you need me, you know? All right. You know it. All right. And click the like button if you haven't. Man, go back. Check out the videos, man. I'll be going back listening to myself. But I'm not doing it to hear me. I'm like, for me, the way it comes, I don't know what I'm going to talk about a week beforehand. All right. So it comes to me. And my memory is not like that where I can just remember everything that I talked about. I have to go back and study me to be able to put it down. Like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Right. There's a moment that I need. I think that when it comes to Qur'an, there has definitely been a beautiful new angle on it, and it's just a plethora of videos for over a year, probably 2 years at this point, of just being going in every single Friday. So check it out. Okay. All right. Hit me up if you need me. We're gonna get up out of here with the idle curse seed. All right. Peace.
الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم